Hello everybody, nice to see you again. So for this tutorial I'm just going to be showing you how to recreate Fearne Cotton's wedding hair and makeup for you as well. So especially as this time of the year as well, where lots of weddings are approaching as well and lots of garden parties and different things as well, and especially kind of like the boho kind of look is very much in at the moment as well. And I just wanted to show you how to recreate this look as well. So if you really loved her look as well as much as I did, I'm going to be showing you how to sort of recreate the hairstyle and showing you how to recreate the makeup also, and just give you some ideas as well. So especially if any of you brides are getting married this year and you want any ideas on sort of like any products that I've used as well, and just any tips and tricks that really help to really bring the naturalness of the makeup through for you as well. So I hope you enjoy, and here we go. Alright then, so the first start of this look, I'm going to be concentrating on the hair first. So as you can see with the pictures, as Fearne Cotton has, it's quite a loose kind of wavy curl, which is what we're going to try to achieve. So first thing I would say for anybody that's getting their hair prepped for a wedding or a special occasion is to make sure before styling that you wash your hair the night before, which is really, really important when you're styling your hair, because if you wash it on the actual day in the morning, the hair gets a little bit kind of soft and it doesn't tend to style as well, and the hairstyle goes a little bit flat as a pancake, which is what you don't want. So I would say do it the night before, wash and shampoo it as normal, and then what I do is just applied a few sort of like products in there so it holds it in, so it takes away the softness. So what I use particularly is the Paul Mitchell one, which is the Super Sculpt, which is absolutely brilliant. So it's almost like a soft kind of styling gel, so it's a quick drying styling glaze. And it's really good if you've got quite fine hair, which I have as well. So it doesn't weigh down the hair, but at the same time, it just protects it and really just makes sure you get that lasting hold in there as well. And then what I've also used as well is the Moroccan Oil Treatment. So this is really nice to use as well. So especially when you're styling or using any heated products, it does condition the hair and really does make sure that it really gives that nice, lovely sort of soft finish in the end as well. And what I've done also to prep the hair ready is blow dried it, but I've used my, if I can get it, is the Babyliss big hair sort of dryer, and this is absolutely amazing. I would not be without this. If they'd stopped continuing this, I'd be absolutely heartbroken because I absolutely love it. Excuse the little bit of hairs in there because I had used it this morning, but it's brilliant. It just dries the hair really nicely as well. One thing I would say is use it while the hair's a little bit damp, not quite wet because it won't work, so a little bit damp or nearly coming on to nearly dry kind of hair, where a little bit bone dry but not exactly quite dry, because you need the full sort of like smooth effect of this as well. And it has I forget what it is, ceramic, that's it, I should know, ceramic, duh. Yeah, it has a ceramic coating around it as well, so it's really good for getting that nice lovely lasting shine on the hair as well, which is absolutely perfect. Alright then, so I've given you a little intro into prepping. So what I've done first is I've just curled a little bit of the hair around here, so it just saves all the boring faffy detail of everything there. So what I've done is I've just done a little bit of the tonging with the curling wand, which is this one, the Babyliss Pro. And what I've done is just sectioned off the hair, ready, so just take my little bulldog clip out, and then just using your fingers, your index fingers, is just go around the hair like that. And then what I've done is I've not done the hair section quite as thin, just a little bit thicker, but just not quite too thick. So you want to make sure that it styles in really nicely as well. Pull the hair down. Brilliant, and most importantly, use a heat protection spray. So I'm going to use the, Dessin heat protection spray. So just apply a little mist in. Alright, now using the curling one, so with her hair in particular, it's more or less curled waved, but it's more or less not going in that direction, the curl's going this way, it's more or less going that way in a sense. So just grab a little bit of the hair, make sure that it's on the right protection heat as well. And with these, I would say please take care when you're using these, because I do tend to burn my fingers a lot. And be careful of the ears as well, because I do burn my ears a lot too. So if I can get the section there. Right then, taking the wand, put it this way instead of that way, because I think you get a little bit more tangled up that way, so it just makes it easier. Turn it this way, and then just turn the hair around here, and you've got a little protection thing here, which I like, so you can hold it with your finger, just like this. And then, once that's done, because it'll heat up the hair pretty quickly, and I'm not going to do it quite as long. So it goes into that nice soft wave there, so it's going in that direction. And we don't want it too neat as well, because a lot of hair, it's great to have curls that are really quite precise, but with this particular look, it's more like a boho bohemian kind of look, so you want something that's a little bit more softer as well. So as you can see, it just creates that nice soft wave without it not looking too much. Again, just making sure, just taking a little bit of amount of there that you want, but not too thick, as into the sense that it doesn't sort of wave or curl properly. So again, just going, whoop, ow, bumped my head. Do not do that at home, be very careful of the root. And then, so I can just turn around and show you, just go like this. Hold it for about a few seconds. Just do that a little bit there. So the nice thing is you can go back into the tips so they don't sort of curl quite as nice. So you can just go back in. And being careful of your fingers, of course. You do sort of like get finger gloves with these as well, so that you don't burn your fingers. It's a good thing. That's better. And then just using your fingers, well, it's still a little bit warm, not too much, so it goes into that nice wave, and just give it a little twizzle around. Okay, and doing the back, people always get worried about doing the back, so just take a little bit of hair. So again, you don't need to be too neat. Take the wand this way and just go along here, and then you can just turn your head where the mirror is so you can see where you are going there. And then you can always have a look on the other side of the mirror. So if you've got like another mirror that you can use at the back of your dressing table just to see the back, you can, and then you can sort of go over again if you need to. But don't panic. If it's not quite as perfect, don't worry, because it's supposed to be really quite nice and soft. So as long as it doesn't look like a bird's nest, you're fine, you're fine. Okay, so I'm nearly coming to the end, but one thing I forgot, I wanted to show you sort of like the front bit there, how to get it more or less waved kind of like that way. So, again, grabbing the wand and taking a little section of the hair, just making sure you get the bits that you haven't curled. And again, I always tend to section down this way, you can see, and again, quite nice and straight. Oh, excuse me, I need to spray first. Naughty, naughty. There we go. Brilliant, so now that's it. Pick up the hair and we can continue. And then, so as you can see, I've got a little bit of a fringe there, so I'm just going to bring that into the hairstyle as well. It does need trimming really, really badly, so hopefully this weekend I should get it back to normal. But it's just the right length for this kind of look that I'm wanting to do as well, so which is perfect. So just get the right amounts. Make your mind up, missus. Okay, I think I've got it sis now. So just taking your wand, again doing it from this direction there, and following it round from here and there, just like we've done the first ones. Hold that from there, and just wait a few seconds, and then just gently letting that go there, and then just bringing that forward here, and just take a little bit of the fringe, just pop it on the thickest bit of the wand as well, because you don't want it too curly, but you just want it to give that nice lift. There we go. And then just blend it in with the rest of the other hair that you've got. And then just do your little twizzle, and that'll look lovely. Lovely. And then just continuing on from that point there, so it just goes into that nice flow. Again, following it over from here and there. And don't worry if you get your lefts and rights mixed up, I still do it all the time. So just bring that from there, let go gradually, and bring your finger, just bring it down from there. And you can brush it in with the rest of the hair as well, so it just creates that nice feel. Okay, so that's finished with the curling. So what I would say to people is just finish off with a few finishing products ready. So what I'm going to do is just use a little bit of the Moroccan Oil Treatment, which is this one. So this is really nice to use as a serum as well. So I'm just going to apply a little bit on at a time, just here. And then what I tend to do with my own hair, if I have it sort of like curled or waved, is just bring back the hair like that into a soft pony. A bit more forward like that. And then bring your fingers into the hair as well, so you get a little bit of the amount. So that way you're not oversaturating it with the product. Because sometimes you tend to weigh the hair down. That's what I meant to say. So yeah, just more or less to wave the hair down. So my hair goes in all sorts of different directions, so there we go. And then with my fringe there, just blend that with the rest of the hair. So it just disguises it a little bit more. And what you can do as well is just add a little bit of volume in the hair. So if you don't want to do too much back combing, you can. But you can just add a little bit in there, just in the hairs there, and then just gently just bring that over there. So it just gives that amount of volume. Or what you can do is just use a little bit of the dry shampoo. So I'm just going to use this one, which is for blonde hair, which is great. So it doesn't look too white, but then you've got the added bit of colour in there as well. Just take a few of the little sections. That's it. And then just spread that out a little bit more so it softens it. Okay then, so that's the hair all finished and done. So most importantly, I'm going on to the makeup next. So what I'm going to do first is prep the skin ready for the foundation. So what I've already done is just applied my own beauty serum, which is this one I'm absolutely mad about. This is the YSL Forever Youth Liberator Serum. So this is really nice to use as a treatment during the day and apply just to hold your foundation on. It's also great to use it at night time as well, so it really helps to condition the skin. So I applied that first of all. And then what I'm going to do is just apply a little bit of a moisturiser. So I'm going to use the Simple's Kind to Skin Illuminating Radiance Cream, which is this one. So it's absolutely gorgeous. And then especially with the pictures of Fearne Cotton, her skin looked very, very radiant and glowy, which is what you want. So you want a really nice blushy, glowy kind of feel to the skin. So I'm just going to apply a little bit on from here. And it really reflects nicely on the skin as well. So it really gives that lovely dewy radiance to it as well. So prep on with this. Okay, so the next product I'm going to use to prime the skin ready before the foundation is using this product. This is from Dior. This is the Skin Flash Primer, which is this one here. It's absolutely lovely to use. It's really nice and silky and soft on the skin, and it really helps to condition it at the same time. So you've got that little brush there and you can twizzle it. Which is good, if some will come out. Yeah. And then just applying it on the skin all over. And then you can use your foundation brush just to buff any in. Okay, and what I'm going to do next is to really sort of highlight the cheekbones as well. Is just use the Body Shop's Radiant Highlighter, which is this one. I absolutely love this product. So it's really nice and creamy. And it gives a nice natural highlight, so it doesn't look too strong, but it just gives that really natural, lovely radiance through. So I'm just going to apply some on the back of my hand, ready. And then just using the brush, just take a little bit and just pop it on the areas that you want to highlight. So I'm just going to use it on my cheekbones. So as you can see, it's absolutely lovely. So I like using it underneath the foundation as well. And you can also use it at the top if you want something a little bit more strong. So as you can see, it really brings that out. And I'm just going to pop some on the brow bone as well. Okay, so the foundation I'm going to use is the YSL Teint Touche Eclate foundation, which is this one. So this is really nice for creating that lovely, dewy, kind of very natural skin base as well. And it just really is nice and smooth to apply on as well, and it doesn't feel too heavy on the skin, which is great. So if you're someone that doesn't really want to have anything too heavy but want the full effects of coverage, it's brilliant to use. So I'm just going to use my own colour foundation, which is this one. And what I'm going to do is mix a little bit of this one here, which is a little bit warm, so very similar within skin tone. But with Fearne Cotton, she has that lovely, little bit more of a tanny kind of colour to her skin as well. So it's very, very warm and very, very vibrant as well. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of the natural colour on the back of my hand, as you can see. And then applying this one here, just a little bit, because I don't want it too much. So I don't want to look like an Oompa Loompa, which is not very pretty. Okay, so using a brush, take a little bit on the back, and then just applying it on the areas where you need to. Applying it here and there. And then just patting, and then just buffing in the rest of the skin as well. So the brush that I'm using is an Urban Decay one. It's the optical blurring one. It's absolutely lovely to use. It really blends in beautifully. But it gives that nice, lovely feel on the skin as well. So this is my own brush at the moment, so this is all mine, so I don't use it in my kit. Just use it for myself because I'm just greedy. And then making sure you're applying it from the jawbone as well, down the neck. So especially if you're applying a little bit of a colour that's a bit warmer, it's always a good idea just to do that so you don't get that thick line of that colour and then it's just your natural skin. And blend it in your ears as well, because your ears do need covering. Love it. So going back to the Body Shop highlighter, so I'm just going to go in with that again. And then I'm just going to apply it on top of the cheekbones. So it gives that nice lovely shimmer underneath the foundation, but I just really want to bring that out more as well. So you can see it really brings the shape out, and it's very natural too. And then just applying it down the nose as well, a little bit outside the forehead and around the chin as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just spray a little bit of the Body Spray Vitamin E face mist, which is this one here. So it just gives it a little bit more, so it just freshens up the foundation while I do the rest of the makeup. And it's really nice and cooling, and it really conditions as well, which is an added bonus as well, so this is good. Okay, so now going on to the eyeshadow. First of all, what I'm going to do is just prep the eyes first. I'm just going to use the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, which is this one. Just take a little bit of that and just apply it on the lids. And then just spread it all over the eye. Okay then, so I'm going to start with the eyeshadows now I've prepped the eyes. So I'm going to use a little bit of the colour out of this palette there. This is the Inglot eyeshadows. So what I'm going to do is just use a little bit of this colour here, and then using on to this colour there on the outside of the eye, and then just a tiny bit of this just for the contouring around the eye shape of the socket. So start with this colour first before I begin. So I'm just going to take a little bit of brush on here, and I'm just going to apply that on sort of the inner corners into the middle of the eye. Just around there. But as you can see, it just creates that nice neutral base coming on there. And then just popping a little bit on the arch of the brow, just a tiny bit. Okay, and then using, get the right way around, this one next. So what I'm going to do with this one is just apply it on the outside of the eye. Just doing it from this way, so just making sure the brush is this way. And then bringing it in from the outside of the corner towards the middle of the eye as well. So what you want to do is just create that darkness from here and then bring it on forward from there. So it just creates that nice, lovely, soft feel going on from there. And then what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of that colour and then just bringing a little bit of it on the outside of the eye. So this is what I call like the cat lick kind of effect on the outside of the crease of the eye. So it's just starting from in there and then just bringing that colour out so it really opens up the eyes as well. So as you can see, it just creates that nice shape along the eye, which is good. Okay, and then just using the darker shade, which is, excuse me, which is this one here. And then just taking a little bit with a fluffy brush. And then what I'm going to do is just pop it around the crease of the eye there. And then just blending it very, very gently, because you don't want it too dark. And then just doing it backwards and forwards to just get that nice soft kind of brown coming through, as you can see. And then what you can do is just use your ring finger just to blend any sort of like harsh lines there, so it just really makes that really nice and open. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is just add just a tiny bit of shimmer onto the lids, not too much, but just something that just really opens it up. So it's great having it quite matte, but I think you need something just to give it that added lift as well, which for her is probably what she'd used. So what I'm going to do is just use this colour, do excuse the mess of the palette, it's this one here. This one is called Dazzlelight, so this is lovely. So it's a nice soft, warm, creamy colour. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of that just around the edge of the eye, just going in towards. So as you can see, it just gradually just lifts up the shape of the lid. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do is just use a tiny bit just on the brow bone as well. Just add a little bit there and then just blend it. So you can see compared to the opposite eye, it just gives it that nice lovely added lift as well. and just add some in the corners. Alright then, so what I'm going to do next is just to show you how to apply a little bit of the false eyelashes on. So as you can see, I've just placed some very natural ones that are from Salon System. They are the Natural Lash 020 and they're a really nice sort of natural lash, as you can see. They don't look very much when you first see them, but they are very effective, as you can see. So it gives that natural kind of full lash feel as well. So I'm just going to take that little bit there. And then what I've chosen is the duo glue, which is this one. So this one is a waterproof one, which is very handy, especially at weddings and special occasions. So if you are very much a very teary person or very sensitive soul, these are brilliant. So any waterworks that happen, they will still keep your eyelashes intact as well. But I would say keep it with you as well on the day, as well as your lip gloss. So that way, if you do have any little spouts of emergencies, you can do that as well. So just apply that on here, as you can see, just on the base of the lash. And then I'm just going to wait about 30 seconds, which isn't too long. So, and then you can do a little bit of a shimmy shimmy shake with your lashes, just to make sure they're really nice and tacky. Right, so that's ready to go on. So what I tend to do is just hold the tweezers with it, just in the middle, as you can see. And then just inserting it just this way round, and gently just applying it there. Don't be afraid to be sort of too much there, so just apply it around the middle first, which is what I do. And then once you're happy with it, just go in gently just along the sides there. And then just going a little bit on the outside, make sure you close your tweezers, and then just go in a little bit there. But what I like about these lashes as well, that the baseline of this is really nice and soft and it's not too thick, so it's easy to bend. As with some eyelashes that you get, even like the cheaper brands, they are great, but the only problem is that the bands are very, very thick and they're not very adjustable as well, so they are a nightmare to sort of actually adjust and actually sort of mould between the sort of like the eye base, if that makes sense. So call it the eye base or the eye shape, and it just really evolves it and just really sort of goes around nicely. So while it's tacky, just get that adjusted. And hallelujah, they're fitting on great, which is good. It's a good day for me with the eyelashes. So what I'm going to do is just sort of define the eyebrows ready. So I'm just going to be using a little mixture of the two eyeshadows again, just using this, it's going to be using this one and this one together. So as you can see, I've done it already beforehand, so you can see the difference. And because Fearne's hair is a little bit more fairer, and mine is as well, you don't want to make them too dark. So just using this, what am I talking about? Illamasqua angle brush. Just take a little dip of the eyeshadows and then just draw a base along here. Just along this bit there. And then just using the brush, just really go into the hairs so it really evolves in. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just line the upper and bottom line of the eye. So what I'm going to do is just use the black eye pencil, which is the Dessin du Regard eye pencil from YSL, and it's a waterproof one, which is amazing. And it works really nicely. So I'm just going into the invisible line of the eye line. There. So it just makes it a little bit more deep around there as well. And most importantly, with it being waterproof, it will last longer as well, and it's a really nice intense black as well. But they do one in a nice soft brown as well, which is really nice. If you don't want anything too harsh, the brown's really good to go for. And then what I'm going to do is just go in with a nude eyeliner at the bottom, just to really open the eyes. So I'm just going to use the nude one from Illamasqua. Just open the eye and place that at the bottom, just like so. Alright, so the next part that I'm going to do is the eyeliner. So with Fearne Cotton, you can't get away with not creating like a natural flick eyeliner. So what I'm going to do is just use this product from Rimmel London. It's the Glam Eyes, so I'm just going to use this. So you can use anything like a little paint pot kind of colour that you have, or the matte kind of fluid line to create the eyeliner there. So what I'm going to do is just take the tip of this and then just go a little bit in between the lines. Just around here. and then just a little bit around the corner, and then just going along here as well. And then what I tend to do with the brush is just turn it this way, so that way you've got the fine line from here. And then what I'm going to do is just to create the flick outline as well. So there is an easy tip to create that line. So I'm just going to use the Touche Eclate pen just to go along the bottom here. So it's just starting from the natural line there and just going up, as you can see. And then what you can do is just create the brush from here and bring that from the outside. And making sure it's even from the other side as well, of course. And then what I tend to do is just bring the brush around here and then bring it forward. So it's just creating that triangular finish as well. Okay, so I've created the triangular area, so I'm just going to go in with the colour. Okay, and then just take that away from there. And if you do feel that the eyeliner is a little bit not quite symmetrical, as you can see, it's not quite, so just take a Q-tip and then take a little bit from there, from your own saliva. No, it sounds disgusting, but it does work. And then just go over here and then just take that away from there. And then turning it around so you haven't got the other side that you've wiped off there. And then you can go in again with your eyeliner and just create that nice flow. And then you can use the dry side just to polish that off there. So that way you've got the fine kind of line there, but you've got the same distribution going there as well, which is very important. Alright, and last but not least, to finish off the eyes, we're going to use a little bit of mascara as well. So unfortunately I haven't got any waterproof mascara, but I'm just going to use this as a substitute at the moment, but I would suggest getting a good waterproof mascara. So, and making sure that the eyelashes are completely fitted on perfectly as well, because when you don't want to apply the mascara wand on, you don't want that to take the eyelash with you, of course, so that wouldn't be good. So I'm just going to apply that underneath. And then just go in there, just create that ziggy-zag movement so it really massages the lashes in there. And then just applying a bit at the bottom, so it creates that nice open feel, but not too much so it doesn't overclog the eyes. And then what I'm going to do is just apply a little bit of concealer underneath the eyes, so I'm going to use Touche Eclate pen in number 1. And then just apply that around from underneath the eyes. And then you can use your ring finger to pat this in, or you can use like a brush if you want to. So that will really help to open and really enhance the eye makeup as well. I'm just going to apply a bit on the brow bone as well, just on top of the brows. So that really helps to highlight those features there, give a nice natural lift. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of light contouring as well, so I'm just going to use the darker colour that I've mixed with the other foundation that I use as well. So this is this one, so I'm just going to apply a little bit around on the back of my hand. So for that, if you want to create like a light contour, I'd probably say go 1 or 2 shades a little bit darker. And I'm just going to use this brush there, so it's normally like a kind of fattish brush, but I'm just going to squeeze it. So it just creates that nice angle, and just applying it around there. And then what I'm going to do is just apply it on the cheekbone area there, and then just lift that up gently. So it just creates that natural kind of contour. And I'm just going to use my other foundation brush just to blend that in as well. So it just creates like a natural warmth contour, so it doesn't look too strong, but it's just enough just to really lift the cheekbones up. And the other side, again, put your cheeks in, bring it along there, and blend upwards. And again, using this to blend and really take that darkness out there. And of course, a blushing bride, it can't be without a blusher, of course. So what I'm going to do is just use a nice light blusher from Stila, the convertible colour. So I'm using that in Lillium. And what I like about this one as well, because it's a really nice light pink that I'm going to use, and it's a durable one, so you can use it on the lips and cheeks as well. So I'm just going to take a little bit off my ring finger and then just pat it just along the apples of the cheek slightly. And I'm just using your other finger just to blend. So it's not too much. It's just enough. And just blending it upwards as well, so it really goes in with the contour that we've just done as well. And again, you can use your other finger just to blend. Because I always tend to find if you use one finger with all the product, then it can sort of clog the makeup up too much. Okay, so what I'm going to use instead of what I've just put on already is just using the MAC lipsticks, the satin one in Pink Novum, I think it says, but I'll be writing it down at the bottom of this screen anyway, so you'll be able to know which one it is. So I'm just going to apply that on first, so it gives a nice lovely flush pink. And then applying it on there as well. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just add something a little bit more like a gloss feel as well. So I'm just going to use this lipstick from YSL. This is the Rouge Volump Shine, and this is in shade number 8, this one. So it's more kind of like a nudie pinky colour, and it's a bit more sheer in texture as well. So it gives that nice amount of colour, but it's not too thick, and it's just the right amount of colour if you don't want anything too bright. So I'm just going to go over the top of this, because it gives it a little bit more of a natural colour, but it gives that nice gloss where it's not too thick and it's not too glittery as well, which is what we don't want. Not that there's anything wrong with glitter, I love glitter, but apparently grooms don't like glitter, especially when it comes to kissing. So I'm just going to apply that over. And with my lips being quite dry, it really moisturises them as well. It just blends in nicely with the colour. And then what I'm going to do, if I can find it, hey, found it, so I'm just going to use the Touche again. But what I'm going to do is just apply around the Cupid's bow of the lip. And pat it in there, so it just really opens up the lips nicely. Alright then, so I'm just going to add some finishing touches, a little bit more spray to the hair. And then what I'm going to do to finish off the makeup as well is just add a little bit of the MakeupForever Mist and Fix, which is lovely. So it'll fix the makeup in place, so it'll last longer as well, but it really cools your face down as well. So especially if you're getting ready and you feel hot and flustered, it's a nice cooling effect as well. And do it at a distance because you don't want your face too wet. Also piece de resistance as well, so I'm just going to apply this headband in. I couldn't find the headband or anything that I'd got that probably matched in with what she had, so I'm just going to apply this one in as that. So it's quite nice, and you've got that little diamante there for you. And there you have it, that's Fearne Cotton's hair and wedding makeup all done for you as well. So I hope you enjoyed it, and it's given you a few ideas as well on the products that I've used and everything, just to give you a few tips on creating this kind of look as well. But if you do have any other further questions as well, just feel free to comment on the box down below. And if you like this tutorial as well, please give me a thumbs up, which is always good. And I hope to see you soon, and take care, bye!